yourself may be wondering, do you need a website? If you're a starting photographer just starting out, or if you are a seasoned professional who's seen your website go lame like I saw my website go lame. You know, after 20 plus years, it's probably the most frightening thing I've done in photography in at least 10 years. That's why you're here though, because photography websites, as they once were, really have limited value in the YouTube era, which is the era we're diving straight into here. That concludes my online freestanding website presence that started in 1993. And it's obviously a very stressful time as I begin to transition all my still photography over to some kind of video content, which I have not yet determined. This is an adventure we're going on, and you know, what I want you to do is take a ride with me. I'm an old photographer, almost 40 years, and I'm starting over from scratch in a small city called Denton, Texas. And it's not been a very receptive city to professional photographers since I've been here in 1980. But you yourself may be wondering, do you need a website? If you're a starting photographer just starting out, or if you are a seasoned professional who's seen your website go lame like I saw my website go lame. You know, websites to maintain take time, they take money, and they take another layer of creativity that YouTube takes care of for you. Doesn't cost any money to be on YouTube. You don't get to have any creativity as far as design. All you get to do is have creative presentations of your content. So your content has to be good. But I'm speaking for myself. You know, there's two ways to deal with a website transition to a YouTube channel, a photographer's website transition to a YouTube channel. You can be evolutionary or revolutionary. And what I chose, because my website was getting hacked so badly and finally just turned up lame, is I decided to go revolutionary, dump the website, and now here we are on YouTube. You know, I wouldn't be here except that I have a very successful YouTube channel on another topic and a website that goes with that, TexasFlycaster.com. I've had that for several years also. But my YouTube presence goes all the way back to 2007. And very low res. It was terrible back then. It was a terrible time. And then we went through all these phases of sub for sub and all these other things that came along with it. And for me, it was just a supplementary thing for my fly fishing to my website, which is where I did a lot of writing and honed my chops and became a professional writer who has been published in magazines and things like that. So I would have photography and my words to go with, go with stories, and with that, that was pretty successful. Now I'm ready to go back into photography and start mingling the two, kind of passing some fly fishing stuff over to here and some stuff here over to fly fishing, because there's a lot of people who are interested in how I make these videos, how I create the content. But all in all, I'm starting all over again. The ripe old age of 63. Killed off my website, www.shanondrawe.com. If you're here, you're in the right place for that. And it's a pretty frightening thing not to have a website standing out there with still photos on it. But it's also frightening to have a website standing out there that's pretty lame. So that's gone. What I've got to do is make my way into the marketplace again here in a small city or a large town, Denton, Texas, and then spread out from there some. It's going to be challenging, but I like challenges. And you like challenges or you wouldn't be here right now. So is it for you? Only you know for sure. I can pose some questions to you that might help you figure out whether it's worth dumping your website and starting a YouTube channel and filtering content there. 1, are you making any money off your website? How much is your website costing you on an annual basis? Is there a good interactivity, and are you able to update your website in a moment's notice? You know, I adopted WordPress really quickly, and that's what my fly fishing website is based on, is WordPress. So I'm a WordPress expert too, after starting that in 2007, 2008. So that made it easier for me to have a freestanding website, is using WordPress. But there comes a time in photography when I wasn't getting any business off my website, no contacts or anything like that. So I just converted it all over YouTube, and we'll see what happens. You know, I don't have a format for my portfolios yet. Do I need portfolios? I don't know. Do you need portfolios? You need to have some work if you're trying to work as a photographer in a small city like Denton, Texas. This town is very hard. I call it city or town. You can call it whatever you want. Very hard on the creative people in this town. They feed on them. So it's a really difficult place to be, and it's been difficult for I've been here since 1980, except for 3 years in Southern California, San Diego County, when I was working for a newspaper out there. So that's that. What I would suggest you do, if you're not sure, but you think you want to transition from a website to YouTube, try the evolutionary way. Just evolve into it and just start moving and pushing that way with your content, and get traction going from your website to your YouTube channel. That's a good way to start. The revolutionary way I did it is I got nothing to lose. So that is what it is. But if you're getting sick and tired of dealing with a website and all that it takes and all the hacking that goes on and all the corruption of your website, dump it. Just dump it. You're a photographer, you're a creative person. This is the time, whether you're young, middle age, or old age, whatever you call yourself. This rapper is 63. But what's inside, it's about 43. I don't know. I'm pretty up on the trends and everything, and I adopt technology as it comes along, from the first digital cameras to now the most evolved and great recording digital video and still photo cameras. And that's another thing. I've got all this gear, and I really want to show it to you, show you how it works, some things I've learned. There'll be some things on this channel about little quirks I found in some of the gear I've got, and some of the great things about it too. I just think this is going to be probably going forward, my full service, full exposure channel where everything fits. You know, having a fly fishing channel, the only thing that fits is fly fishing. And the only fly fishing that fits really well is fish porn. So Texas Flycaster, if you want to go look, whatever, that's fine. I love those people. I love that action. I love doing that. But in my epitaph, if I ever have one, I may just never die. But, you know, I don't want a gravestone. But photographer, that's who I am. That's what I am. It chose me many, many years ago. And it's been a long and strange trip for sure. So we're going to go a little bit longer, a little bit faster, and go down the road to some different places that you may not have imagined I would be wanting or willing to go. You know, some of this stuff, some of my portfolio really is worth bringing out and showing you guys, but some of it's just so old. it's so old. We're going back, you know, close to 35 years on some of this stuff, you know, and you know, even more. So we're going to let that go. We're letting go of the past, a lot of the way past, and I consider it a challenge to rebuild my work, still photography, starting now with fresh new images with highest quality. I just can't believe. Part of what's got me motivated for switching over to a YouTube channel, besides the ability to record good video with these cameras, is the still photography. I can't get over it. The quality is so good. I just want to start all over. I just wish I'd had these cameras back in 1987 when I started out. So it is what it is. We're here now, and I hope you want to ride along. If you came to this YouTube channel looking for my website, I got you. So that means I might be right about this. You know, I was watching a video by Think Media just this morning. They were talking about, do you need a website? Well, it's a great question. I killed mine a week ago. That video just came out. Photography is one of those things that you might find you're better off with a website. But unless you're doing retail photography, it's questionable if you need a website. I see the retail people out there, and we'll talk more about the difference between retail, commercial, and other things in another video, because along with my work, selling my work, and getting you guys to enjoy what you see of my work, and possibly I would like you to hire me too to do work for you. But along with that comes the discretion of knowing the difference between commercial photography, retail photography, and all the other kinds of photography that are out there. There aren't many types left. It seems to be the one that has stuck the longest is retail. So we'll be talking about retail photography and what a retail photographer is. But you're going to see my work, whether you want to or not, here. And tips on fixing brand new camera gear that's got problems, and drone photography, and drone videography, and all these other things that I've gotten myself into, underwater photography, and the advancement of other parts of my career. I'm very much a generalist, and we'll talk more about being a generalist or a specialist too in another video coming very soon, much shorter than this one. So guys, it's up to you. I would say kill your website if you're a photographer who's just starting out or wanting to make a huge transition. Kill your website off, forget about it, just stick a gun in here and bang, blow it up, because it just doesn't matter anymore. You know, websites were great when they first came out. Facebook stomped all over them, and now YouTube is stomping all over everything. So this is an opportunity to get in early on a photography career website for the people that are early in their careers, or people that are late in their careers like me, to see and be exposed to more people that would like your work in a more favorable atmosphere than a website. People are afraid to go to websites. They're afraid they're going to get hacked and all this other stuff. Well, nobody's going to hack you when you come to a YouTube channel, especially like mine. Not a lot there yet, but there's a lot on my other one. So I learned a lot there on the Texas Flycaster YouTube channel. It's got a long ways to go, and I hope you will take a look at that. I've started to save some of those Texas Flycaster videos to one of my playlists here on this channel, and it's the stuff that's more interesting and technical that I've shot using cameras and angles and multiple cameras and things like that usually. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. We're underway.